Hello, welcome to Yoga Flow. So today's class, we're going to talk about the last yama as we start to work through the 8-limbed yoga path. So this one is Bramacharya, also known as moderation. So when this was all created way back thousands of years ago, that was interpreted as celibacy. And so, which there's nothing wrong with that if that's your path, but most of us are not on a path to being a monk, a nun, a priest, those kinds of things, or just totally being spiritual realm. So modern times needs moderation. And today I'm going to kind of give that to you from more of an energy standpoint, moderation in your energy and moderation in your practice, your yoga practice. So think of the goal here as the Goldilocks approach. So we don't want it to be too much. We don't want it to be too less. We want it to be just right. So that being said, finding a comfortable seat. And props say we'll use a strap at the end, maybe a block or two, finding what you need, maybe a folded blanket. So finding a comfortable seat, thinking about ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment, zip up from pubic bone behind the navel. Let's take a slight tuck in the chin. Now, as we're here and we start to settle in, notice if there's anywhere that you could soften just a little bit more. So face, shoulders, hips. Good. And then bring that awareness to the breath. So is the breath really rapid or choppy? And if it is, how could you bring a little bit more balance there? Could you slow it down just a little bit? Breathe a little bit more mindfully. And we'll come into some alternate nostril breathing, bringing a little bit more balance in here. So for me to do this one, I like a more of the, Star Trek, live long and prosper, not just because it's comfortable for me after years of practice, but I'm also a Star Trek thing. So don't think about so much what these fingers are doing. Think more about your thumb and your other fingers opening and closing off your nostrils. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to take a nice big inhale, nice big exhale, big inhale. I'm going to take my thumb, close my right nostril, exhale left, inhale left, close the left, open the right, exhale, inhale right, close right, open left, exhale, inhale left, close left, open right, exhale, inhale, close, open left, exhale, inhale, and close. So move through a few rounds on your own. Notice as you breathe here, if you notice that you're a little congested on one side than the other, that maybe you didn't know before. You can also incorporate the Ujjayi pranayama here as well. Good, and we'll release. Come back to normal breath. As you become more proficient, used to that, and get your mind settled down, you can actually control that on your own through the mind, in and out one nostril. It takes a lot of practice. I've only been able to do it a few times, but it is amazing when you get there. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, and lengthen, touching palms together. Exhale, hands in the heart center. Connecting with that intention, the Bramacharya, the moderation. You're always free to come up with your own intentions. And from here, once you have that set, we'll inhale, take it up, turning palms away, and grow taller as the arms come down. Let's come onto our backs and grab a block and bring that block with you. And as you come onto your back, just kind of settle in, maybe wiggle, wiggle, wiggle here in just a moment. So find your nice pressure, your comfort points to start. If you're not comfortable when you start, the whole thing is just not going to be good for you. So again, think about that moderation. Where can you be just right here? We're going to take that block and we're going to take the block between the shins. I'm going to just kind of put it right there, just like that. And taking the feet down for right now, rolling the shoulders back, big inhale, exhale, press into the feet, lifting up into your bridge, and just lower down. This time you can do that again, otherwise, rock the pelvis back, peeling up one vertebrae at a time. And then starting from the mid back, lowering that back down. Stay with that one if you can. And again, so your body will let you know when you shouldn't come up any higher. Find that just right. And for the first part here, think about what does moderation, what does that Bramacharya mean to you? Let's take one more. And then from here, when you're ready, good, using your abdominals, so belly button in tight, good, bring those knees up. We're gonna come into tabletop. We still get this block in here. We're gonna open up before we move. So take your arms out to the side. Good. My blanket's in the way, good, from here, good. And we're gonna take the knees all the way over to the right. So from here, breathe and expand, maybe looking to the left. Get into that rib cage. Now you can always remove this block and take one leg at a time back to center if you need to do that. But try to use your abdominals coming back to center. Pause center. Now we're going to take that all the way over to the left. Good. Opening up, breathing and expanding. So as we go through this practice, and we're thinking about the Goldilocks approach, think about preserving the energy to maintain inner vitality. So not an over or under exertion. And when you're ready, head comes back to center, bring those legs back to center, and wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Now, we're gonna do this into the hover. So again, bring yourself into the moderation. So this should be challenging no matter your level. So if you're coming over and you're like, I don't feel a darn thing here, well, you're not going far enough. If you're coming over and you're like, oh, my back, my back, my back, you're going too far. So monitor that, find that moderation, find the balance. Balance the breath, balance your movement. Think about the knees staying over the hips, or do you have a tendency to bring them in a little bit more? Good. From here, the next time we come back over to the right, again, we're going to take it all the way over to the right and pause. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, bringing that back in the center, taking it all the way over to the left. Open. Breathe. And when you're ready, coming back up here. I'm going to remove that block from my legs. Good. I'm going to take my feet down for a moment. I'm just going to lift up here into a bridge, just a basic bridge, nothing funny, nothing too dramatic here, and then take that back down. Just a little balance. Good. Now, some of you, it's going to be better if you roll over to your side, come up to a seat, find all fours. Others, maybe cross at the ankles and find some rolls here. And take more than one roll, even though you might do it in one. And then coming all the way back up, coming all the way forward. Now take care of your wrists, take care of your knees if you need to do that. Spreading the fingers nice and wide. Knees about hip width apart. If you've got some low back issues, take them a little bit wider. Belly button's going to be in. Get a big inhale, nice cow pose. Exhaling round, madcat pose. Inhale, round. Exhale, cat. I think I said inhale, round. Inhale, extension. Exhale, flexion. Good. And then from here, when you're ready, 2 times each side. Think about the low rib cage and the top of the hips squeezing together. So you want to squeeze this region. So I'm just going to look over that right shoulder. When I do that, I'm just squeezing this right side body. Maybe the gaze can be at that right foot and then come back to center. Good. Taking that to the left, really squeezing that left side body, looking towards my left foot and coming back center. One more time each side. Squeeze, going to the right and center. Squeeze, going to the left and center. Take a round. Good. Find a child's pose here, any that would feel good to you. So knees can be together as wide as the mat or somewhere in between. You can take your arms long in front of you or hands back by the ankles, letting shoulders release. Find what you need. Breathe and expand. Zip up from pubic bone to behind the navel. Good. Knowing you can come back to this pose at any point in class, or you can stay here longer. I'm going to come up a little bit. I'm going to lift a little bit. I'm going to walk over to my right. I'm going to walk my left hands forward, lifting hips a little bit, pressing into my right hand, sinking hips towards the left. Breathe and expand. Good. And then when you're ready, we'll come back up. Move back through center, half or full child's pose here, coming back into that balance. And when you're ready, lifting up a little bit, we're going to walk over to the left, walk your right fingertips forward, lift the hips a little bit, press into the left hand as you sink towards the right. Breathe and expand. And when you're ready, we'll lift. We'll come back to center, half or full child's pose. And when you're ready, we will move forward. So we're going to prepare to come in a down dog here. So if you're 5 foot tall and taller, take a half a hand's width or full hand's width forward. Otherwise, tucking the toes, pressing in forward into the mat with the hands as you lift and shift. Keep the knees bent for right now. Look down, look at your alignment, pressing evenly in the big toe and pinky toe mounds. Hips, knees, toes, and ankles. Good. And then from here, belly button is in. Head and neck are free, maybe ears are by the biceps. You're still rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. You can start to lengthen and bend. You can, excuse me, walk your dog, bending one knee, lengthening one leg. Some people like to come high on the toes and drop the heel. Some people just like to be somewhere and not move at all. So find what you need, find your moderation. And if you're walking the dog like I am, could you keep your hips even? So try not to do the swaying thing with the hips back and forth. Notice how that fires up the abdominals just a little bit more. Good. And then from here, find stillness if you took some movement. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk or step your feet forward to meet your hands. Come to a block or something if you can't touch the floor. Good. And I'm just going to fold in. Keep a little bend in the knees if you're tight in the backside or tight in the hamstrings. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway, flat spine, floor, block, shins or thighs, be where you need to be. And exhale and we'll bow. One more. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and we lift. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Inhale, root, engage and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Different little movement pattern here before we go into sun salute A. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. From the bow, step or hop back into plank. Knees can be lifted or grounded. Find your plank. You're holding the plank. You're not holding the breath. And remember, your plank is this long diagonal line here from either shoulder to knee or shoulder to ankle. If you're up here, you're not in a plank. If you're down here, you're going to hurt your back. So be mindful where you are. Inhale, exhale, take that back down dog. Inhale, move forward to plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank. Exhale, down dog. Good. So if you're like me, maybe you need to adjust your feet here in this down dog. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, rooting to the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Finding your breath, your mountain, and that intention. Good. So we're going to take 3 normal sun salute A's here. You choose take or skip the flow. Any back bend of your choice will work. You can always practice plank, down dog, or child's pose instead of the flow. So big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, roll bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and I'll bow. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. So how do you use your energy? Where do you put your energy? Is it towards things you want to put it towards? Or do you expend a lot of energy for things that you don't like to do? How could you find a balance in between? Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, rooting through the feet, engage the glutes, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and roll out. Inhale, step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. So for example, I really don't like to spend money or energy paying my taxes. But I really, really don't like the energy that I would expend trying to avoid going to prison and hiding from the law from not paying my taxes. So I pay my taxes. So just little things like that that you don't normally think about, but that's energy that you spend on those things. So inhale, look forward, bending the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, intention. Take a short pause. And here we go into a new pattern. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, bow. And on this bow, put a little bit of a bend in the knees. Maybe grab opposite elbows here. Let's come into a little bit of traction. If it is safe for you to do so and you want to, you can sway side to side. Good. So coming into moderation, we get a lot of our physical energy from food. So what kind of food are you eating? Are you 80%, healthy food, fruits, vegetables, that sort of thing, and then 20% kind of whatever you want, whenever you want? Or are you more the 90-10% person? How could you find that moderation? There are some exceptions if you've got a health issue, but if you don't have to be rigid, do you really need to be rigid? How can you find that moderation in there? Good. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. From here, step the right foot back, coming into left up runner. Good. Bring a block in here if you need to, and I'm just going to rock back and forth. Good. From here, you can choose to keep that back knee lifted or grounded. Right hand is going to come to the block or the floor, opening to the left, really open that left shoulder. And taking that down. Left hand is going to come to a block or the floor on the outside of the left foot, open to the right. Won't be as large of a range of motion. Inhale. Exhale, taking that down, planting the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. From here, good. Root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Other side, inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. This time as you bow, maybe we come back into that nice little traction in the low back again. So coming back into physical moderation, sometimes when we overeat, we don't feel real good. So do you take a little bit of everything on your plate, kind of like one serving? Or do you go back for seconds, thirds, and fourths? And I'm not necessarily talking about holidays where it's socially acceptable to do that necessarily, like Christmas or Thanksgiving, but do you do that on a regular basis versus a couple times a year? Good. Release. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. This time, step the left foot back. You're in the right up runner. Bring in a block or two here if you need that. Rock back and forth. Be strong in your back leg. Front heel is grounded. Good. From here, back heel can ground if you need, sorry, not the back heel, the back knee. Just doing this. You can ground that if you needed to. Otherwise, left hand comes to the block or to the floor. Open to the right. Really open that right shoulder. Look up there. Inhale. Exhale, take that down. Right hand comes to the floor to a block on the outside of that foot. Open to the left, not as wide. Inhale. Exhale, taking that down. Planting the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. So remember in your practice, like the Goldilocks, not past your limit, not too little, find your just right. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll go again. We'll make a small change this time. Inhale and lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and bow. This time, step the right foot back. You're back in that left up runner. Maybe rock, rock, rock. Good. From here, the right hand is going to come onto the floor to a block. Open back up towards the left. And taking that down. Now, some of you might keep that left hand on a block or the floor on the outside of that right foot. Some of you are going to bring it on the inside of that foot and open up, reach. Inhale, exhale, taking that down, just a slightly different twist. Front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Good, check in with your form. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. This time, left foot's gonna step back. You're in the right up runner now. Good, so other side. Left hand is gonna come to the block or to the floor. Open to the right, really open the right shoulder. Inhale, exhale, taking that down. Good. Right hand can come to the outside of that foot or to a block. Or if you want that little different one, take it on the inside and then open to the left. Good. Inhale, exhale, taking that down. Plant the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip that flow. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, and bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding the breath, the mountain intention. Good, so coming back to the energy, remembering it's okay to say no. How do you use your energy? So for example, my husband and I went out last week on Wednesday and Thursday. We got invited to go back out again on Friday. We said no. We needed that time to rest and replenish, and that's always okay. Finding that energetic balance. Inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and bow. From here, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. From your down dog when you're ready. Good, I'm gonna take my left leg back. I'm gonna bend that knee. I'm gonna open up to the left with a strong, even upper body. Now find what you need here. Some of you, this might be it for you. This might feel great. Others are just gonna kind of open and close. Some of you might choose some circles here. Find what would feel good to you in this moment, which might not be what I'm doing, which is just holding it. And then from here, keeping that knee bent as you take the hips back even to the floor. Inhale, exhale, round, step or pick up and put the left foot forward between the hands. Use a block if you need to for stability as you warrior prep that back foot. And then when you're ready, rise with power and stability, finding warrior one. Front hip will come back hip will come forward. You should still be able to see that front toe, hip, knee, and toe track forward. Good. This back foot is not parallel to the back edge of the mat. You're at an angle. Front hip will come back slightly. Let's open into a little back bend here. Good. And take that up. Right arm on top of the left. Some of you are going to hug yourself. Some of you are going to take that wrap. Find what you need. Find your rhythm, your breath, your movement. Inhale. Exhale, taking it down. Strong in both feet. And coming up. And taking it down. Coming back up. Taking it down. Coming up. Good. Now, some of you are going to do different things here. Some of you are going to keep the arms wrapped. Some of you are going to come into a prayer. Some of you are going to keep that back leg and foot in warrior. Some of you are going to swivel it up. Choose where you need to come as you hinge forward and maybe taking a twist here to the left. So some people's knees and hips need to come up. Some of us need to come back down. So find what your body needs. The nice thing about having these videos on YouTube is that you can do it to your pace, and then you can replay this video and then take other options as you progress. And then from here, when you're ready, we'll release, we'll reach, take that path to the mat, swivel up back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Good. From your down dog, the right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee, opening up to the right, strong, even upper body. So again, find what you need here. It might just be hanging out right here. It might be the open and close. It might be the circle. Find what your hip needs. And when you're ready, keeping that knee bent, we'll take the hips back even to the floor. Inhale, exhale, round. Step or pick up and put that foot forward between the hands. Warrior, prep your back foot. Use a block for stability if you need to. Rise, warrior one. Front hip comes back. Find your good warrior one form. Let's open into a little back bend here. And when you're ready, we'll reach, taking arms forward. Left arm on top of the right. Hug yourself or wrap yourself. And here we go. Big inhale. Exhale, take it down. And we'll come back up. And taking it down. And come back up. Move with your body, your breath. Find that moderation, the Goldilocks. One more time. And then from here, as you come back up, find what you need to do. Are you staying like this? Do you need to undo the arms? Do you need to swivel up the back leg? Do you need to take that knee down? Find what you need as you come forward and maybe finding a twisty here. It's not meant to be easy. So speaking of movement and exercise, too much, not enough, just right. There's different exercises out there. So are you doing hardcore aerobic workouts? It works out every day. Or are you just doing it a couple times a week, finding that moderation? Too much can be a bad thing, just like not enough. When you're ready, take that back up and reach. And take that path to the mat. Swivel up back foot, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Maybe you need a child's pose here. So sometimes we need to bring in different balances in our yoga practice too. So obviously, if you're watching this video, you've got flow. You balance that moderation, that flow with yin and restorative work. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath. Mountain, intention. All right, let's start to prepare for our big finale, the balance challenge that we're going to do later. So let's go into a different movement pattern. Big inhale, reach and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, roll bow. From here, right foot's gonna step back. You're in your left up runner, warrior prep, that back foot. Rise, be strong, find your warrior two. As you look forward, notice what the rest of your body did. Can you take the front hip back a little bit? But could you not move the hips as you open your chest to the side a little bit? So now you're in a twist. With a bent front knee or lengthening that front leg, find exalted. Some people like to arm bind or arm wrap here. Find what works for you. Inhale, exhale, finding warrior two. Good, pressing through the back foot and the back leg. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Some of you will take forearms to the thigh and open up here. Some of you are gonna take a hand to a block or the floor, inside or outside of the foot, and open up again. So this should feel similar to some of those twists we did in the beginning of the practice. Inhale, take it up, look down at that front foot, lengthen. Good. As you come up, take both feet inward, coming into Prasarita fold. Make sure the toes are even, feet are even to the floor. Big even, not big even, big inhale, exhale, and take that. Moderation is everything, everything in moderation. When you're ready, inhale, take it up, pressing through the outer edges of the feet, taking it back. Good. From here, turning back forward. Good. Taking that pass to the mat. It's a little bit of a balance challenge with your transition, so be mindful in your movement. Good. Front foot will step back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. From down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, no bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, going into the other side. Inhale, and we lift. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, no bow. From here, step the left foot back. Warrior prep that back foot. Find warrior two on this side. Good. So again, check in with your form. Hip, knee, and toe track forward. Should be able to see that front big toe. Good. Taking that front hip back, but could you open up the side body without moving the hips? Bent front knee or lengthened front leg. Take it back, exalted. You can stay here. If you did an arm bind or an arm wrap on the other side, maybe find something similar here. Good. So coming back to that goal, preserve our energy and maintain inner vitality. Finding that moderation, the Bramacharya. Inhale, exhale, finding warrior two. Good. I'm going to lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Some of you will take forearm to the thigh. Some of you are going to take a hand down to a block on the inside or the outside of the foot. Good. Find yours. So again, should be similar to some of those twists that we did in the beginning of practice. Breathe. Good. And then from here, looking down at that front foot. Good. I'm going to come back up because I need to lengthen. Good. And then from here, taking feet, turning them back in, finding your Prasarita stance. Big inhale and reach. Exhale, hinge and fold. Still pressing through the outer edges of the feet here. And then from here, lift, pressing through the outer edges of the feet, get strong in the legs, coming back up. Good, so here's that balancing transition, transitioning back towards the front, taking hands to the ground, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. From down dog when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding breath, mountain, the intention. Good. All right, so we're going to go into a balance moving pattern here. And if you've got one block, have that block like this, more in, or like this, kind of depending on what we're going to do, and I'll talk about that in a moment, in the center, or to the right side. Right now, if you've got two blocks, which is optimal for a lot of us, you can have those right here. So I'm going to do this very quickly, just so that your mind and your body knows where we're going to go, and then we're going to do it a lot slower. And some of you might choose to take out certain components. So this is a balance flow. It's going to move from one balance to the next. So think about, we're going to come into a dancer pose. Good. We'll come into a warrior three. You can be lifted or grounded. And then your opposite hand, so it's going to be the right hand's going to come to a blocker to the floor, and we'll open up into revolved half moon. Okay. And then we'll take that back, take a flow, come back up and do it again. So that being said, starting on the left side, left hip, knee, and toe are going to track forward. The left arm's going to come up. Take out any component here that you need to. I'm going to roll my right arm back, and I'm going to bend this knee. Some of you can't bind, and that's okay. If that's you, just stay right here, squeeze this glute, take this foot back so you get that energetic stretch right here. Others can bind, so maybe you take a foot, a toe, or your pants or ankle. Knee's going to be in towards midline of body. Some of you will stay right here in transition. Others are going to carefully move forward. If you move too fast, you'll fall out of here. So find that moderation. Carefully release the foot. No slingshotting. Find your warrior three. Arms can be up, down on the floor to the blocks. And then from here, right hand's going to come to a floor to a block, opening up towards the left. Revolved half moon. Press into that heel. Breathe. Find the moderation in your pose. Is it too much, not enough, or just right? And then from here, when you're ready, coming out of there, reaching that right leg back, finding the left up runner, plant the hands, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. Now, while we're here, let's balance that really challenging sequence with something a little bit more restorative. Take that left leg back, 3-point, bending that knee, round, bring that knee forward, find a pigeon. If this belly down pigeon is not for you, or you've got really tight joints and whatnot, come onto your back, cross your left ankle over your right knee for figure 4. Same rotation, less intense on the hip and the knee. Always take care of yourself. Breathe and expand. So remember, pain, numbness, tingling, burning, not normal. If you feel any of those, you've gone into it too much, you've gone past your limit, and you want to back off. Finding that moderation in your pose. That just right. And then from here, when you're ready, whether you are on your back or belly down, find your way back to your downward facing dog based on where you went. And once you find your down dog, put a bend in that right knee, press through that left heel. And when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, little bow. Inhale, root, engage, and rise. Exhale, hands to heart center, finding your breath, your mountain, your intention. We're going to take that to the other side now. So from here, I'm just going to turn this way. So from here, set your blocks up as you need to. Right leg's going to be your supporting leg now. Hip, knee, and toe track forward. Right arm's going to come up. Rolling left arm back, bending that left knee. For some of you, this might be it. And maybe you squeeze this glute and take it back a little bit so you can feel that energy here. Others are going to bind. Find what you need to bind. Knee's going to come into the midline. This might be it for some of us. Others, again, not too fast. I'm going to come forward. Maybe we release without slingshotting. Finding warrior 3. Press into the heel. Try not to hang in the hip. And then from here, right or back. Left hand's going to come to the floor to a block. Open into that revolved half moon. Stay with your breath. And then from here, when you're ready, bringing that hand down, both hands on blocks to the floor. Reach that left leg back. Find that right up runner. Front foot steps back. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Good. So let's come into something a little bit more relaxing here. Right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. Round. Find your pigeon. So if you need to come onto your back, you'll cross the right ankle over left knee. Good. Find yours. And when you're ready, come down. Good. So in moderation, one of the big things right now is social media. Sometimes it's not always necessarily the content. It's just about how much screen time we have. So there's apps you can put on your computer and your phone that remind you to limit your screen time or let you know how much screen time you've had. So you can make some modifications. And from a social media standpoint in itself, good. Maybe we need to keep it a little bit more fun and less intense. So maybe we need some free add-ons to Facebook or our Chrome to filter out things that just suck the energy and the good vibes right out of us. Good. From here, when you're ready, in the way that's best for you, based on where you went, find your downward facing dog. And then once you found your down dog, put a bend in the left knee, press through that right heel. So for me, not just, in general, not just what's happened in the last week as of this recording, but just in general, I have something called Social Fixer. It's a free add-on to my Facebook. So even people's opinions on different issues I do agree with, sometimes I just don't want to see that all the time and be bombarded with it. So I put all kinds of stuff, opposing viewpoints, just entire things on Social Fixer to fix that. Not to fix, but to filter that out of my newsfeed. Same thing on Google Chrome. I have an add-on called Rather that helps me filter things out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Good. So from here, take that up. Big inhale. Exhale, drop those knees. Find a child's pose. Find a juicy child's pose. And so these add-ons, I do want to say, are not 100%, but they make it a whole lot more pleasant. Another thing, when we look at the news, are you actually getting facts and news, or is it all commentary? There's nothing wrong with commentary, but you need a balance of the two. So find that moderation. From here, when you're ready, good, we'll come back up to a seat. Good, I'm gonna bring my blanket in here back to sit on. Good, and as you come here, good, I'm gonna take my left leg out to the left and bringing my right foot in. I'm also gonna find an anterior tilt of the pelvis. So my tailbone's gonna come back as my hip bones rock forward. We're gonna fold to the center, big inhale, exhale, hinge and fold forward. Good, find your length. Find your breath. Good. When you're ready, good. Bringing that back in. Good. Some of you might choose a little bit of a side bend here. Others are going to follow me with rotation and a twist. Wherever you're going, both hips are grounded. So from here, big inhale, exhale, take the side bend, or follow me, rotate towards the left and fold over that leg. Breathe and expand. And also know in social media, sometimes we just need to unfollow people. Sometimes we need to completely unfriend people, but especially when it comes to family members and sensitive issues, sometimes unfollowing them so their stuff doesn't show up in their news feed, but they can still see you is optimal. Got to preserve that energy sometimes. Good. Coming back up. Good. And when you're ready, we'll switch sides. Right leg comes out, left foot comes in, sitting up nice and tall, folding through center. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, look forward and take that back up. Good. From here, you choose just a side bend or follow me into a twist. Big inhale, both hips will stay grounded. Exhale, take the side bend or rotate and fold. Breathe. And then when you're ready, carefully come up out of there. Good. We're going to make our way onto our back. Have a strap handy, have a block handy. And as you come back down here, we're going to grab that block, come to ranch house or townhouse setting, and we're going to place that block under the hips. Now, this can also be done without a block as well. And if you've got something funny going on in your low back, I would prefer you not to use a block here, just unnecessary pressure. But from here, take one leg at a time up to the ceiling. Now, if your body's telling you that this is where you need to be right now and not do anything else for time being, just hang out right here. This is a great place to be. Otherwise, bending your knees. Good. We're going to go into some yogic bicycles. So I'm going to reach. What the block does with the yogic bicycles is it gives you a little bit more range of motion, a little bit more challenge, but it's not 100% required to have a block to be able to do the bicycles. Good. Now let's reverse. Good. From here, coming back up, point and flex those feet. Roll the ankles in one direction and then in the other. Bending those knees, taking your feet down to the floor. If this feels like a good bridge to you, being on this block, stay right here. Otherwise, lift the hips, remove the block, but stay up there for a moment. And when you're ready, coming back down. Knees will come back into a tabletop position, bringing that block back in between the shins, arms out to the side. Inhale, exhale, take those knees over towards the right. Breathe and expand, keeping that left shoulder grounded, maybe looking to the left. And again, I'll give you that question. What does moderation and Bramacharya mean to you? How are you spending your energy? Are you moderating it between things that you like to do and things that maybe you don't like to do but have to do? Are you spending it doing a lot of things you don't like to do? Find that balance. Inhale, exhale, coming back in. And take that over to the other side. When you're ready, coming back to center, remove that block, grab your strap. We're going to take that strap in the center part of the right foot. Good. Take both straps into the right hand. Good. Left knee can be bent, or you can take that leg long. Both hips will be grounded though, taking that leg out to the left, or the right rather. Good. We're on the right leg goes to the right. Good. So from here, you can hang out here, you can tug in towards that shoulder. If it's okay, you can take that left leg long, maybe left arm long behind you, reaching from fingertip to heel. And coming back up. Good. Grabbing that strap with the left hand, a bent knee or a long leg. You can arc over 45 degrees, or you can take it all the way over, keeping leg in line with the hip, using that block to prop yourself up. If that foot wants to flop on the floor, I've got a wall in my way here, so I'm just going to stay right here. And coming back up. Good. Doing a midair switcheroo here. Good. So from here, right knee can stay bent, or you can take that leg long, both straps into the left hand, both hips stay grounded, taking that leg out to the left. You can hang out there or bring it in towards the shoulder. Those of you that are able and want to, taking that right leg long, reaching from hip to heel, right arm long behind you, reaching from fingertip to heel. And when you're ready, coming back. Good. Switching out your hands, long or bent knee, arcing over, or you can take it all the way over, keeping leg in line with the hip, shoulder grounded. And coming back, remove that strap, take your knees into the chest, lift up, hug yourself one more time. And for Shavasana, I do want you to get comfortable, but I'm going to give you a guided balancing breath work here. Just kind of wiggle in. Take a big exhale. Good. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 1, 2, 3, 4. Return to normal breath. You can continue to stay here with big breaths. Or if it's okay for you, gently take head and neck from side to side. Choosing stillness, or gently move fingers and toes. Choosing stillness, or taking knees into the chest, choosing to keep upper body grounded or lifting into that full body hug. And choosing stillness, or taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips, the edge of the toes. Full body stretch, point and flex the feet. Bend and stretch through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And then from here, whenever you're ready, carefully bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over onto your right or left side, the side that works best for you in this moment. Taking all the time you need here, or pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat. And once you're in that comfortable seat, find a tall spine, a nice tall sit. Noticing how you feel. Palms up. Inhale, reach, 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 and lengthen, touching palms together. Exhale, hands in the heart center. Reconnecting with that intention, the Bramacharya, moderation, one more time, or your own. And we'll take thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts, to our lips for good and kind words, and to our hearts for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. May you always find moderation in everything, everything in moderation. Namaste.